When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or die. There is no middle ground. Hi guys, it's your boy awomkenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, and today we are talking about Game of Thrones and why it is so popular, why it is so damn popular. So today I've decided to talk about it in a different light, right? I haven't watched the episode 1 of season 8 yet. Hopefully I watch it. But I'm a Billions fan, and anybody who knows Billions is always asking, why isn't this show popular? Because that show is addictive. Every episode is truly addictive. So what is Game of Thrones doing right that Billions isn't necessarily doing well, right? What can we learn from Game of Thrones? So I researched and I came up with some few pointers. So the first thing is that, are you using your social media platform well? So if you notice on Nigerian Twitter, when a brand is trying to activate on the social media scene, they use a couple of influencers that we all know basically, and sometimes these influencers use the same captions. They don't change the captions they use, and I feel like that also affects the awareness of it. And also Twitter has started to block people when you repeat a certain caption too much, like you're just spamming the platform. Change it up, and your audience too also want to see something new that enhances the experience. So for example, when Game of Thrones was trying to launch the season 7, they live streamed the event. So they had like a block of ice that was melting, and basically just asked viewers to just stay there and watch it melt, and to see the dates after that has been done. Although there were some technical glitches, but at least I think 100 and something thousand people still stayed and watched till the end. That is a very good use of social media platform. And they did something else on Twitter, did something else on Instagram. So how do you keep your social media game unique and keep creating unique content to basically push your market, right? Another one again I've seen is that they did the media agency or the marketing agency responsible for HBO's Game of Thrones Campfire did something called Experience Westeros through all 5 senses. So they basically created 5 puzzles and sent PR packages to bloggers and influencers concerning Game of Thrones, right? Not just random people that talk about finances or something else. So Game of Thrones core fans, give them PR packages that had puzzles in them and just send them on the wild goose chase basically. And some of them involve mixing some stuff so they could smell Game of Thrones, like experience the sense in Game of Thrones. I don't know if that's possible, but because it's a fantasy series. Then again, as we had, they created a mobile app where users could see simultaneously the weather in Game of Thrones and the weather in their current location, right? That would be very awesome for a very hardcore fan. Like, which hardcore fan would want to download that app, even if you just download it for a day and you deleted it? Like, it's an experience, right? And it gets to push the brand further. And one good marketing thing that Game of Thrones did throughout the series up until now was there was always this mention, winter is coming, winter is coming. So since from season 1, we were already waiting for winter. It's like if you read Dan Brown novels, right? He tells you the end, what is gonna happen, right? Then he now takes you on the story to explain it, or he shows you the end, then he takes you on the story to reach the end, the destination. I think that is a brilliant setup from the get-go, because you're being told something that expect this, and it builds up the suspense from there. And they also kill a lot of favorite characters which you think would never be dead, and also brought some back to life, right? So these are like all the marketing things that went into Game of Thrones, and I feel like a lot of people could benefit from. And when talking about PR packages, like Nigeria PR agencies actually need to even pay attention, because when people are trying to do activations, or brands are trying to do activations in Lagos, the agencies don't look outward. So other northern parts of Nigeria, other southern parts of Nigeria are basically just exempted, and Lagos is just focused on entirely. So what happens to bloggers in the north, makeup bloggers in the north, right? Like who gets to give them PR packages? And these people could be, in actual sense, a lot cheaper than your Lagos influencers who don't really go that far. So these are things we need to look up on when we're doing adverts and marketing concerning films and movies. And I think Game of Thrones actually did a lot better on that. And again, people also talk about that Game of Thrones was the most pirated, or is the most pirated movie in the entire world. Well, I'm kind of inclined to believe that, because a lot of Nigerians have watched Game of Thrones, and if UN is still saying that we're spending at least $1 a day, I don't think anybody can afford HBO's plan. I'm not trying to be shady, I'm just saying a point here. So yeah, and it's also the same case when it comes to Nigerian movies. When you see a Nigerian movie that has been pirated very, very well, it becomes very popular than films that are just locked up in the cinema and nobody has access to them, right? Yeah, they are good, high quality, but nobody gets to hear about them. But when they are pirated, when your grandmom in the village could watch it, right, it becomes very, very popular. So these are some tips I just wanted to talk and just give you guys. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment, yo. So bye guys.